We give you glory, Lord. See as we honor you. We give you glory, Lord. Anybody want to give him glory tonight? Will you just rise to your feet as we bless him? 20 wonderful years, 20 wonderful years. We give you glory, Lord, as we honor you. Say you are wonderful. Oh Lord, you are worthy. Come on, lift your hands and sing. Say you are wonderful. Say you are. One more time. You are wonderful. You are. Say you are. Say you're worthy of the glory, Lord. Oh, you are wonderful. You are worthy of. I didn't know you would honor us this way, Lord Holy Ghost. See, I did not know you would honor us this way, Lord. See, I did not know, yes, you would favor us this way, Lord. Favor us this way. Somebody say thank you. Come on, lift your hands and thank him. We give you all. Come on, sing, church. Come on, lift your voices, Zion. It belongs to you, Jesus. Hallelujah. Yes, we give it to you. Jehovah is your name. Come on, sing. Jehovah is your Jehovah, we praise you. Jehovah, yes, we praise. Yes, we praise. Oh, we praise your name. Father, we praise. Yes, we praise your name. Oh, yes, Jehovah. Come on, the voices. Lift those voices and sing Jehovah. Jehovah. We praise you. Praise your name. Jehovah. We praise you. Yes. We praise. Yeah, we praise your name. Yes. Oh, we praise your name. Jehovah, we praise you. Jesus, I love you. I love you. I love you, Lord, today. Because you cared for me in such a special way. That's why I lift you up and I magnify your name. Oh, my, that's why my heart is filled with praise. Everybody say, I love you. I love you. I love you. Yes, I love you, Lord. Today, because you care for me. You care for me in such a special way. That's why I praise you, yeah. And I lift you up and I magnify your name. That's why my heart Fill my cup, Lord. I lift it up, Lord. Come and quench this thirsting of my soul. Bread from heaven, fill me till I want you. Fill me till I want more. Fill my cup, fill it up and make me. Come on, lift those voices, sing it one more time. Fill my cup, Lord. I lift it up, Lord. I lift it up, Lord. Yes, I lift it up. Come and quench this thirsting on my soul. Say bread from heaven, fill me till I want to go. Fill my cup, fill it up and make me whole. Fill my cup, fill it up and make me whole. Fill my cup, fill it up and make me whole. Yes, you are the Lord. Most High. Yes, you are the Lord. Most High. Yes, you are the Lord. Come on, lift him up. Most High. Yes, you are the Lord. Let's show the Lord. Most High. Come on, say yes. Yes, you are the Lord. My, 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 my. Yes, you're the Lord Most High. Yes, you're the Lord Most High. Yes, you're the Lord Most High. Oh, yes, oh, yes, oh, yes. Hallelujah to your name, Jesus. Oh, yes, you're the Lord. Oh, my, my, my. Be lifted high. Be lifted. Come on, lift it. Say, oh Lord, be lifted. For you are holy. Yes, you are holy, holy, righteous. Father, you're righteous and you're worthy. Say, oh Lord, be. Come on and lift him up. Say, be lifted high, be lifted high. Above all else, be lifted high. Say, oh Lord, be lifted. For you are holy. Yes, you're righteous and you're holy. And you're righteous and you're worthy. Oh Lord, be lifted. Oh Lord.
The information provided by the speakers and/or presenter on Facebook and YouTube is for general informational purposes only. All information is provided in good faith. However, Constructive Talk makes no representation or warranty of any kind, express or implied, regarding the accuracy, adequacy, validity, reliability, availability, or completeness of this information.
The Constructive Talk team with Pastor Google are asking for your support in their back-to-school drive. Let's help the less fortunate children get ready for the new school term. Donations of notebooks, copybooks, stationeries, and book bags would be greatly appreciated. Show your love, show your generosity by contacting 464-703 and we will organize collection of your donations. Thank you from the Constructive Talk team. And remember to be kind, be generous, and be loved.
Coming soon to Constructive Talk Network, Critical Thinkers. It's a youth show with a youth perspective on current affairs and issues in Trinidad and Tobago. Critical Thinkers, youth perspective on Constructive Talk.
Hey, all year. Na. Oh, I just played football and basketball, then I take a little walk in the mall. Now, Wassa, please hear my call. I need some water to wash my balls.
Please, send some water. Please, hear these calls.
I can't take it no longer. I really need to wash my balls. Yes, I need to bathe and I need to cook. Laundry piling up on the walls. But before anything else, Wassa, look, I want water to wash my balls.
Please, send some water. Please, hear these calls.
I can't take it no longer. I really need to wash my balls. You may not believe it's true, but my wife balls dirty too. My teeth getting yellow like they ripe. Wassa, please put water in the pipe.
Please, send some water. Please, hear these calls.
I can't take it no longer. I really need to wash my balls.
Wassa. You know, anytime I play that clip is because I'm trying to get Wassa to drop some water in my community now. So I think going in 2 weeks now, boy. Somebody could correct me if I am wrong in my community, but I think it's going into 2 weeks. Just think so. Might be wrong, as I said. Somebody could correct me. I might be going into 3 weeks, as I said. Sorry, 3 weeks. But I could be wrong. Somebody could call me and correct me. But I just had to play that. Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. And good evening to those of you locked on to Constructive Talk. This evening, I have with me a guest. Yeah, I'm going to have a guest with me on in a short. The chairman of the Tunapuna Corporation is going to be on with me this evening, Mr. Josiah Austin. And we're going to be talking about the Tunapuna Corporation. We're going to be talking about, there's lots of stuff concerning the Tunapuna Corporation. All right? So, really and truly, I want to say good evening to everyone. Before I go any further, I played for you some worship songs a while ago from Miss Chevelle Franklin. They used to call her the dancehall queen. Chevelle Franklin was known as the dancehall queen. And Chevelle has changed her life around and is now the queen for Christ. Yep. I've had several opportunities of meeting Chevelle in the UK. And she is a beautiful beautiful real nice lady, real nice, real nice person. And it has always been a pleasure for me to meet and chat and talk with Miss Franklin. Chevelle is Jamaican. Her husband is Jamaican but British born, and she now resides in the UK with her husband. And from time to time, she does go back home and do her thing. But again, Miss Franklin is a real beautiful soul. Real beautiful soul. So again, as I said before, I said to you just now, joining me on set in a short bit would be the chairman of the Tunapuna Regional Corporation, Mr. Josiah Austin, and he's going to be talking to me about what's going on in the corporation and take some calls and interact with you guys a little bit. And this interview is long in coming. I've been asking Mr. Austin to be with me for a while now, but how time does go and how things has happened. So I'm going to get him on the line in a short bit. But again, let me say to those of you who joining me, wherever you're joining me from, it'll be nice just for you to touch base now and tell me where you're joining me from. You know what I mean? Touch base and tell me where you're joining me from. You know what I mean? Just type in the live. Hey, Pastor Google, I'm watching here from Tunapuna, or I'm watching here from San Fernando, or I'm watching here from Pleasantville, and yep, we haven't gotten water. You know what I mean? That'd be nice. Really, really nice for you to do something like that. All right? So again, this evening on the phone line will be the chairman of the Tunapuna Corporation, Mr. Josiah Austin.
You are my strength when I am weak. You are the strength that I see. You are my all. It's my all in all. Seeking you as the precious.
Lord,
Forgive my fear. You are my
Alright, so I'm seeing people from Pleasantville on. I'm seeing people from Laramie locked on. Tigo Martin locked on. Where again? Brooklyn, New York is in the house. Where again? Tigo Martin. I am from Laramie. Somebody said located in Lupino, Pleasantville, Brooklyn. Blessed night. Tobago is in the house. Where is this person from? Laramie? People from Laramie, boy. Brooklyn. Good night, Pastor Google. Blessings all on the live. Maraval is in the house. So just let me know where you're looking at me from. So, book bags are coming in. Let me put it this way. Yeah, book bags are coming in. Book bags are coming in from the book drive. Let me thank a husband and wife team who would have chopped off some stuff today. So book bags are coming in. Book bags are coming in. And I want to say a special thank you to that family. Husband and wife team. I don't know if they want me to call their names. I wouldn't call their name, but I got some bags with books in it and stationery. So I got bags with books in it and stationery. So just to let me highlight it on the program this evening, because I want you all to be accountable. So I want you all to see that yes, persons are bringing in stuff, persons are making their contributions, and I want to personally say thank you, especially to persons who have started to make their contributions towards book drive. I really, 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 really want to appreciate you guys. I really, really want to appreciate you guys and say thank you very, very much for making your contributions and, and sharing with persons who we have seen persons in difficult times, and we want to be a blessing to them. And again, I want to say thank you to all of you who have made that sacrifice and contributed towards the book drive. All right. So again, as I said to you earlier on, I am having Mr. Josiah Austin, the chairman of the Tunapuna Corporation, with me this evening. We're going to be talking about what's going on in Tunapuna. What's going on in Tunapuna. And again, I want to thank him for agreeing to come on the program this evening. I want to thank him a whole lot for agreeing to come on the program this evening. So I'm getting ready to call Mr. Austin. All right. So I'm getting ready to call Mr. Austin. So make sure Trinidad and Tobago and share the live and tell somebody, tell your friend, your family, somebody who living in New York who want to know what's going on. Touch base with them and let them know that we are going to have the chairman of the Tunapuna Regional Corporation on with me, Mr. Josiah Austin. So just waiting for him to answer the call. You know what I mean? Just waiting for him to answer the call, man. As soon as he answers the call, we go straight into the interview. All right? As soon as he answers the call, we will go straight into the interview with Mr. Austin this evening. All right, so I think I have him on the line. Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
How are you, Mr. Austin?
I'm fine, thanks, man. Finally here.
Fine. Yeah, I hope people heard what you said. He's finally here. All right.
Finally.
How are you going, little brother? I just call him little brother. Yeah, you let don't get involved. I know Josiah since Josiah in primary school. Since Josiah in primary school, I know Josiah.
True. Very true. Yeah, it's my big brother, man.
Yeah. Can't get between us. At
never.
all. So it's
Never.
This is welcome to Constructive Talk, and I will want to formally thank you for taking up the invitation to come on and share with Trinidad and Tobago, and by extension the world, what is happening in Tunapuna. No,
right.
Let me tell you this. Let me just say this to Trinidad and Tobago. You see, this month, for me, Tunapuna does be the lively spot of the nation, because every Independence night, Tunapuna does have a cultural show, fireworks, you name it. They have things for the kids. They go all out to celebrate our independence.
Yeah.
Could we expect anything different this year?
Well, I'm a bit tight-lipped right now. Anything forthcoming will be a surprise. So trust and believe. You'll be notified. I may come here to just update you and update the nation and the world. But between now and November, Tunapuna week also. It's really live in the region. Yeah. So we have a lot of plans. Like we focusing on the back to school drive and assisting those most vulnerable with food support and so forth.
Right,
So that's what
right.
we're really focused on right now.
Right.
But as you know, with all our initiatives, the private sector really come on board for all the years since we've had this new council. The private sector really helped us through our Independence Day celebration, our Tunapuna Week, and all other celebrations and
Right.
initiatives. So, we're thankful for that blessing, and we just look forward. We'll update as we progress.
You know what is good about this Trinidad and Tobago by the world, and I must say, Chairman, you have always shown that the private sector, you have been able to win the confidence of the private sector in your area, Tunapuna area. You have won their confidence. They are willing to partner with you with whatever you doing. They are willing to partner with you because they have that confidence to know that, hey, if we give Chairman $100, he is able to account to us what he was able to do with our 100. And every year Trinidad and Tobago in the world, the private sector has made it their business to always accommodate and to always be there to sponsor whatever the corporation is embarking on. And that says a lot, Chairman. That says a lot.
And not just our events, also our infrastructural projects and other developmental projects. Our recreational spaces, and we're seeing more and more where several of our grounds are being upgraded through the partnerships in the private sector. Even our food village, which is a revenue for us, the Etihad Food Village. We just had the mile marker. That is exceptional concepts and power aid. We have some others that coming into the food village. We have some other work on the grounds and some other spaces, our squadron grounds, our Hardial grounds, where Pennywise have partnered with us to upgrade that ground and some of our other spaces. I could go on and on. Mercado Foods, they're on board now, assisting us in some of our play parks and other spaces. Prestige Holdings have assisted also, and they're on board to do some more work. So I guess as you said before, they've seen the benefit most importantly to the Burgesses, and in any aspect they're on board, and I'm just thankful for that blessing bestowed on the corporation.
And that doesn't go without saying that you have played a major role in that, Chairman. It's like you have sold your community to the business community. It's not a one-man effort. You have shown that this is something that, and again, it's a partnering, and let's be honest, Chairman, I often beg you to share with me how it is you are able to win the confidence of these people. I would love to know so that I could win their confidence too for my community, you know what I mean? But that's apart from everything else, That's a part. That's something private that we can talk about. So tell me, Tunapuna, I see where you have been, and I must commend you. First of all, I starting off with this one first.
All right.
Curep falls within your remit.
Yes.
And I have seen where you have started a cleanup drive in Curep. Curep was deemed one of the untidy spots on the East-West corridor. But I have seen where you have initiated a cleanup drive in the Curep area. Tell me what encouraged you to do that?
Well, what happened is I came in as one of the youngest, if not the youngest, councillors in 2016. And since then, I've been hearing it, and I always said to myself, there's so much things happening, so many setbacks. We're not given the funding, we're not given and we were really hoping for local government reform and really something that would give us the tools to execute. So very early, in the absence of that, and while our government at the time, right, were looking to give towards giving us the autonomy and that sort of financial backing and resources that we need as a local government body, I said, while we await that, I will start to do more public-private partnerships. And I started very early in 2017 with Digicel Foundation, and I just took off from there. And even while becoming chairman, I realized that there were so many groups that were willing to partner just for the benefit of upgrading and maintaining QREP in particular. It's still a work in progress, because we haven't really rolled out. What we've done is put more so a maintenance team in place. But as you know, QREP is similar to Port of Spain. This QREP is continuous. By the time you clean and you finish at 2 o'clock or so, that specific team, you probably need a team for the night also.
Right.
So it's a work in progress. But what you've seen is the advancement of so many businesses in QREP. And because of that, I've now called on them and brought them together. I'm speaking to them, and the aim is to bring everyone together towards the development of QREP. We have some plans. I will just announce one in particular, where we're looking at putting a massive LED screen, similar to Times Square and that sort of thing, in QREP itself. And that will be like a big advertising board, but it all adds to the development, it all adds to the maintenance and the overall look and feel of QREP. Simultaneously, we have our litter wardens. We're putting them centralized there to ensure that order, where public health is concerned, is maintained in that area. Because as I said, it's a work in progress. While we complementing, we know it's not yet finished. We know it's still unkept at times. So we're trying to put a more permanent system in place, because obviously, as they clean and all is done by, let's say, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, the rest of the evening it gets dirty again. But I must say, our council on the whole bought into the idea. We call ourselves the innovative council, the transformational council, a mixture of youth and experience. And overall, we started off with cleaning up. We started off with cleaning up the few beaches under our remit. We ensure that the cemetery, especially our cemeteries, are well kept. No overgrown bush, as would happen from time to time. We try to make sure that the maintenance of our spaces, our recreational spaces, too, it's a work in progress. What we're doing now is more or less getting the private sector to come on board and assist us with that. So you're seeing more so the Agricultural Society, Home Construction Limited, some other companies coming on board and assisting us with the cutting of our recreational spaces, because we have at least 99 grounds and play parks altogether, but still about 4 tractors. So, we will need the help, and that is where, again, the public-private partnership is coming to full fruition, and we try to maintain it's still a work in progress, but every day, every month, every year, it's better and better. So,
once people, I think what people, for me, and what I'm hearing on the ground is that people are happy that something is happening.
Yes.
That is that's important. Yes. What is important
True.
is to hear how people are feeling about the work that is being presented to them. And from what I'm gathering and from what I'm hearing is that people are very, very, very satisfied that something has started. One thing the taxi drivers are asking is if they could get, you see, the San Fernando Shogunas Kelly Village, that area where those taxi drivers operate from. They just want to know if they could get a little pave, because the potholes are ridiculous by the taxi stand. So they wanted to know if they could have gotten their pave and if they could get a bin on the taxi stand. So when passengers are finished eating, they can put their stuff in the bin so that they won't have so that it will keep an order and keep the taxi stand clean.
Okay, I didn't know that. Thanks for bringing that to my attention. I know of the Cane Farm taxi stand in Trinidad. They recently asked for something like that. So, if that is the case, I will, while sending the team out, we'll ask that they give some consideration to that area too. No problem.
Yeah.
There's all adding our plans for that area, that area. So
that would keep that area more clean as you especially with what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that is correct. So I see where you have incorporated some of the former CPEP workers to keep certain parts of Tunapuna in a gear. Talk to me about that project.
Right. So what has happened is that obviously, from time to time, separate and apart, we have the NPOP program that is run by the minister and the ministry.
Yeah.
Right? Of rural development and local government. And that is a separate thing that is supposed to be the quote-unquote replacement of CPEP. But in my estimation, it cannot be, at least in my region, it's about 230 people. They're not paying them on time, so most of them have dropped out a good bit. So I would just say under 200 has now replaced a program like CPEP in our region that would have been in excess of thousands of people.
Yeah.
Right? So you can't replace that. Right? So what has happened in our corporation, however, we have to now stretch ourselves, as far as Blanchishes, Aripo, Kelly Village, St. Helena, and all these areas, 16 districts, we stretch ourselves. We've engaged in short-term employment, where we have identified also some of the old CPEP workers and bringing them to a position where they could assist in the region, specifically from where they are from. And that program is ongoing right now, and it's supposed to end sometime at the end of this month. And we'll see from there how best we could re-engage and so forth. But as it stands, it poses a challenge. It poses a challenge, especially with the equipment, the tools to execute. Because you have some people coming out, but you may have a hoe and a rake and these things, but not many workers. So it poses a challenge, but I must admit, again, the private sector has come to our aid. We've identified special projects, and we in the process of getting some more workers donated to the corporation, and in these special projects, we will be giving them to utilize those.
Wow, that's really good,
because
man.
tools are the main in this case. So where it stands, you just have to now strategically make things happen. Obviously, you may pass in, you'll see some of the spaces unkept. Obviously, we would usually assist on the bus route and the highway and these other spaces, main roads, which doesn't fall under the remit of the corporation. But at the same time, we try our best to still lend a hand, still clean up the bus route, still, stretch our backhoes and trucks on the bus route, stretch them on the highway and so forth, and ask our teams to clean up. It's a work in progress. It's very hard, but day by day we find our way towards making it happen.
I see where there's some social media bloggers, they have come out and thank you guys for the work that you all have been doing. People who just passing, or there are some persons who they said, hey, this place was a mess. But we want to say thank you to the corporation and thank you to the chairman for at least looking out for us and doing doing the needful. And again, as I said to you, that does make your heart warm, and that does make you feel as though you're doing something.
It really does, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
You know, when people could come out and take up their phone and really appreciate you, man, that says a lot. You know,
Yeah.
and I've seen it on social media a lot where some of your purchases and they are very much grateful and thankful for the work that you have been doing in the community. So you said earlier on that you're having a back to school drive.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
Well, every year, what we tend to do, as you would know, yes, the private sector can assist with this, but we usually try to raise funds in the corporation through our revenue earning streams, and we always have a back to school drive where we take vouchers, we get book bags donated, pencil cases, that sort of thing. And I've encouraged my counselors, although it's really tough for them, I've tried to, get a little more and a little more every year so I could assist all my counselors. And my council is diverse. We have 13 members of PNM, 7 members of the UNC. And the aim is to always give evenly.
Yes.
We have purchases everywhere. Like St. Augustine, Kelly Village, Aruka, Trinity, etc. So we do so, but what I encourage is that they go ahead and engage their purchases, ensure that they're fully engaged and that you know where everyone is, those in need, you have your list ready and that sort of thing. So I'm happy, I'm pleased now observing all of the 16 councillors that represent those districts that they've had their lists ready and the back to school vouchers. We're in that process of preparing that, and most of them now make it into an initiative. So you have now the bouncy castles, the snow cone, the cotton candy, the peace painting, a little back to school initiative the weekend before barbering. I was really pleased, especially last year with Council Norega, Trudel Norega, the council for Marcus and Joseph. Yeah, and a lot of children lined up. I was so surprised on Saturday before school opened, all those children who didn't even have the haircut yet, rushing to get a little haircut and that sort of thing, getting the little vouchers and for those that need a little hamper, and it was really good. So what we've done over the years is really give out some back to school vouchers, but then now we made it into an event in each electoral district where you have a little going back to school event. So it goes a long way, and I know from what I've seen that those are the things the children will never forget.
Yeah, and trust me, they will never forget. Trust me. I'm trying to do one in my community and see how best I can assist some persons and stuff like that. So I know how you're feeling and how it feels to, really try to assist persons who really don't have. And let me tell you something, Joe. People really not having it.
Yeah.
Joe, people ain't having.
Yeah. It's just been worse and worse.
Yeah. And I want to say hats off to you and Chinua and what's her name? Akila. For the work. Let me tell you something. I see the Mayor Port has been doing a hamper drive too, boy. Hey. Yeah, boy. And he give you them stories of people coming and, how you had to, you're trying to assist them and thing, man. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. So this is what your second term as chairman or still? This is not your first. This is your second.
This is my first term as chairman.
This is your first
term as chairman.
You see?
Yeah.
It's something like it was so long.
Nah, this is my first term as chairman. Yeah.
Wow.
2023, August 30th. Yeah.
Wow. How has it been for you? It's something that it's not something that you are. It's not something that you are accustomed to. It's something that you now getting your foot. Well, as I would say, you're trying your best to do your best. But tell me, how has it been?
You know, it's really a learning experience. You know, in these things, as they say, when you get in, you really have to pace yourself
Right.
and learn as you move along. And I won't lie. When I came in 2023, as I said before, August 30th. And August 31st, we had our first Independence Day celebration, fireworks and everything. And
Right.
it was really, from there, we just went off Tunapuna week one time. You know, some other corporations say, you know, we just came in, we go hold off and whatnot. But the private sector came on board and started working with us. But what started happening is that I started overworking. So, you know, we working hard every day trying to get material for patching. We were patching on a constant basis, you know. Obviously, this change in government, you know, the material started lessening and all sorts of things started happening. But it's a work in progress to actually patch roads. You wouldn't imagine we would have to send a comprehensive, detailed list of roads to be patched. When you finish patching, you send your pictures back. When you're done, you send what you have to get the next day. You send the truck numbers, everything. You show that you have your other material to patch this road, and then you go and pick up your tons. You go, and every day I was part of the team working with them, putting together those detailed information. And you know, so you're trying to get initiatives done. You're trying to ensure that each councillor engage the community. You're trying to make sure public health is standard. You're making sure roads patched and several programs where that is concerned is happening. And I wouldn't like to tell you, boy, December 27th, 2023, I feel like I crash out, you know.
Wow.
My parents and them say, boy, we have to pray for you because I felt like, boy, and it's when I rock back and I just wonder, say, boy, you really overdo yourself. You know, you really, because what had happened, I remember I looking at this local government thing since 2016 when I became
a councillor. Yeah.
And I saw where you have plans, because I used to liaise a lot to the former chairman, and I saw where you have plans, but because the system's slow, because things ain't happening, because, you know, other things, because remember local government, rightly so, as our government, while we were in power, were trying to give autonomy to the local government body, the local government practitioners, to really make it full-time and so forth. To maintain your life, you still have to have a job. These councillors still have a job. And the balance between trying to represent your community and having a job could really pull a delay in representation sometimes, because, you know, you're trying to maintain your family. Most of our councillors they have kids, they have a family to maintain, they have a house to maintain and so forth. And at the end of the day, you find yourself trying to balance and still run your committee, still run the arms of the corporation, each committee and each program within the corporation. And when I realized that, hey, I need to help this councillor in this aspect, I need to help that councillor in this aspect, and delving into different departments, you know, just to make things work, because you see where it could fall down. And I found myself trying to get involved in this, get involved in that, make sure, because you realize, okay, for example, patching going on in our community, you're getting 5 tons a day to patch, so you're doing good work. But then a brake spot in a truck go down, and you patching done for about 2 weeks. What do? I now have to call now and say how best I could push this through, because at the end of the day, 2 weeks, trust me, a public servant will carry you through that 2 weeks. It's only if you studying that you need to get these roads patched. You have to get this brake spot in time to get these roads patched. You know, so you here know what you studying on your part. They studying, okay, well, you have to go through a process to get this and get that. And sometimes you might just have to, say, hey, all right, cool, let me call XYZ and see if they will be willing to work with us in a public-private partnership and help us with their truck during that period, you know. Or the plant may go down and you still need fix to continue patching. You may call and say, you know, we could get some assistance from XYZ with some mix to do some patching and paving. And And so every day is a new development because we are one of the larger corporations. So there's always something new, there's always something new going on. So, I mean, um, I was just really at it. And then after a while, I think everyone started matching the energy. Trust me, now the way the corporation is, every council is matching energy. Every member, staff, all heads of section, everybody is matching the energy. But it was a work in progress,
Right. And as you said, it's something that you have to pace yourself, because if you don't do that, you find yourself burnt out, and the work continue. You home, but the work will continue.
But you're telling me, you're telling me, that's exactly it. So but now I'm pleased to say that it was part of my learning,
Right.
and but out of it, I could say that the energy started from the start, and it has since continued. And yeah, I'm really proud of what has happened, because obviously, during the period before me was the pandemic.
Yes.
And a lot of things kind of, I mean, the chairman, I learned a lot from the chairman that was there before me, my good brother, Quincy Robinson, and I really supported the initiatives coming out of that council. And, but I really must admit the pandemic really slowed us down, and slowed down a lot of things that we had aimed to achieve, a lot of things that we wanted to do, so coming in 2023, we had to really pick back up and get things going.
Wow, and that's good for you to identify and know, and make sure that you're aware of your strong points and know where you need to work on. And again, some people are messaging me and telling me to tell you thanks for what you have started in Tunapuna, and I mean in Curep. A lot of persons are messaging me and saying to me to tell you thank you for what you have started in Curep, and they tell me to be a liaison for Curep,
Right. Yeah. I'm telling you, the plan that we have for Curep, boy, I don't even want to talk about the businesses around that are jumping on board, but it's a holistic plan. First of all, I mean, the cleanup and maintenance has to go in hand in hand with the aesthetics and the overall look and feel, and that's what we're trying to work on, because we have a lot of dump sites and a lot of illegal
dumping, dumping too.
Yeah. So we would have dealt with a lot of illegal vending on the ship, but the part closer to the junction, we have some work to do there, and we hope holistically when we're done that, and you look back at this finished product, we'll say, yeah, we've come a long way, but we made it happen.
That's great, man. That's great. So you're not going to tell us about the secret of independence. What's going to happen for Independence Night? I just hope and pray I don't get leave out. You know what I mean?
No, we can't leave you out. We can't leave you out. Yeah. South is love.
Yeah. So tell us. All right. So we understand what's happening. Tunapuna Market, boy.
Right.
What's happening with Tunapuna Market? I know that persons there have been going through a rough time, because I've been watching some of them doing social media videos and saying that since CPEP, URP, forestry, since people gone home, the market has gotten tough.
Yeah. I mean, we're working on the market. What has happened? And I'll tell you this. I never brought it out, but what has happened is that I've been looking at the market. I mean, some of our other spaces, the cemeteries and so forth, and our food village in Etihad, we upgraded the food village, and we are about to put some seating and more lighting and rearranging the look and feel of the food village, and then and then open a new food village too. But that is another topic. The cemetery, we maintain the cemetery make sure that it's low and maintain on a regular basis. That's that. You see, the market now, what has happened is that for years, even before me, there were projects to be completed. And the projects were on hold because obviously the market is a space that, people earn a living, and every a week off of the market may be a lifetime of hardship for them, basically. Because at the end of the day, the kind of upgrades that we have pending from 2021 would require them to remove themselves from the market.
Right.
And that is the back and forth we had. So again, as I told you, this the council that we have now, we call ourselves Transformational Council. So coming in, I said, you know what? I put together all of the projects that we have pending from since 2021, and I said, here's what we're going to amalgamate this with another project that we're going to do this year, and all together we have to devise a plan so that all of the works will be amalgamated and be done simultaneously. And we'll have the vendors come outside and vend outside, so they're not far removed from the market.
Right.
Creating now a spot, and then the same fish and meat section, we're putting them in a car park, putting all the vendors on the road, and all of the upgrades will be done simultaneously. It's about $2.5 million in upgrades from our development projects over the years, and it will change the look and feel of the market. I must admit, under Rural Development Company, our last government, the PNM government, had put together some plans under RDC for some works to be done there. Those works, coupled with what we've done, what we have planned for the corporation, would have been just magic. Nonetheless, with what we have under our corporation to be executed, it really would. I think it's time our corporation, our market in particular, needs an upgrade, and I could only assure the vendors and the patrons there that when these works are completed, you will appreciate what. I mean, as I told the vendors when we met, and they were very cordial, I said, you know what, it's just about, let's just say it's about a month or so of waiting, but trust and believe, when you get back in there, trust and believe, it'll be a different feel, a different look, and we have some persons on board that from our communications department, spoken to them. I told them I want a page, social media page for our Etihad Food Village. I want a social media page for our market, and they'll be going in there on a regular basis. They'll be highlighting the vendors. They'll be highlighting what's going on. We may even have deals, a corporation deal, and make it more viable. People will want to come to Tunapuna market after that. So we change the look and feel, the beautification and aesthetics of the place. Social media page, trust me, in no time within this year, you will see Tunapuna market is the place to be.
When you think that those works could be started?
Well, the tender went out, and I believe within this week or next week, the contractor will be selected, and thereafter works could commence as early as I would personally say by next month. By September, we should start, because we have to now move the vendors out, organize the space for them, and that sort of thing. Amalgamate all the works so that, so right now is the amalgamation of works. Works will commence, and from there, that's it. Yeah, I could only imagine what could happen from there, but it's important that we amalgamate, and that's why I say we are a transformational team, because we have to come in, meet with the vendors, meet with the former contractors, make sure they're all on board, so that they will all be doing the work at the same time, because you don't want one contractor finish part and then the next contractor now coming to do that the next part, and the vendors end up out there waiting on 3 different contractors doing 3 different works, and they end up all 3 months waiting. So it's all about planning, and because of the amount of work that's going on in the corporation and the amount of projects we've identified, it's hard. Sometimes I find myself as an engineer sometimes trying to put together a plan. I saw myself drawing because while all of this is happening, you know, there significant work with. I mean, I just got a request the other day from a prominent supermarket, a prominent grocery that wants to partner with us, and there's about the third or fourth person, fourth group that wants to do a significant partnership towards the beautification and maintenance of Quora. I haven't even mentioned Quora, and that in itself is another project to roll out, you know. And I even have you know, my engineers are swamped with work. The WS department, they swamped with work. So just trying to pinpoint people who, you know, could really assist us, you know. But it just shows that the energy is raising, the amount of work in the corporation is raising, and we definitely are doing good things. I mean, to my standard, I don't know if it's because of youth, but to my standard, I really want us to do more. But within the time that we have and the complement of staff that we have, I think we are doing enough. And yeah, I'm glad that the public is seeing some of the work at least that we're doing.
And that's important, boy. That's important. It's important that you, and I know that I know that you are somebody who are in touch with the ground. You keep yourself in the know of how the people feel and what they think about, you know, some of the work that has been done or being done. You know what surprised me? I think it was a year you were going up for councillor, and Mr. Dukaran endorsed you.
Right. Yeah.
I remember that. When Mr. Dukaran said, hey, my councillor, and I want everybody to vote for my councillor in my community is Mr. Josiah Austin. I say, what? I say, my little brother, that's what we talking about.
I remember we were walking the area in 2016, and he invited me inside. I was much younger then, and he said, you know, I like your spirit. And while we continued to talk, he realized that that he knew my dad.
Okay.
And he said, although not a Christian, he listened to my dad and my dad's preaching, and now listening to me, he just felt like, you know, he liked the energy, he liked our personalities, and he just connected really well then.
Yeah.
And since then, I mean, he's been to our church a couple of times. He loves to sit and listen to my dad speak. And him and I, we have good conversations. I would go to the University of the West Indies and sit and chat with him. You know, so we've developed a really good relationship over time. And his wife too, Mrs. Dukaran, really nice family. Yeah.
Wow. And that's good. That's really, really good, just Joe. And you know, and those are proud moments, when an opposing politician could see value in what you do, says a lot. And a lot of persons, and not much persons have that testimony. You know what I mean? Not much persons have that testimony.
True.
A lot of persons, you know, just, and there's this divisiveness and this division that this couple of politicians, UNC politicians pushing. It makes you really wonder. It makes you really wonder, because back in the day with Mr. Manning and Mr. Pandey, you saw a difference in the politics, boy. And this couple of politicians now, the divisiveness and the hate that this UNC is pushing is really, 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 really sad. It is really sad, you know what I mean? So, again, you know, it's a learning process, and I know that you are a young man. You know how to be harmless like a dove. You know how to put yourself in a proper, you know, mind frame to deal with people like this. You know?
Yeah.
And I think that if you look back at the work that you have done, the hard work that you have been putting in for Tunapuna, and you are a Tunapuna boy, well, in the sense that your dad church is in the heart of Tunapuna.
Yeah, so Tunapuna here from small.
Heart
A
of
lot of people don't know.
Tunapuna.
A lot of people don't know. As a baby, we lived in Tunapuna Road. You know, from birth, that's where I went. Tunapuna Road. There was one day. I think until age 4 or so, and then we moved to Aruka, and then I was raised in Trinity. So I'm a real Tunapuna Piako boy.
Of course, that is your
Yeah.
stomping ground. That
Yeah,
is your
yeah.
stomping ground. Play football, do all kind of
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah.
I had to come for you. Let me don't go down that road.
Oh, gosh.
But those are the days. Those
Yeah,
were the
yeah,
days, every
Yeah,
Josiah
yeah.
smiling about everything Josiah smiling. You don't know if Josiah, you don't know when Josiah unhappy, you don't know when Josiah vexed, Josiah just smiling. Everything Josiah smiling.
Yeah.
Until now, when he had to
That's right.
deal with this government and this public here, with this sort of madness that going on, he is smiling as much as before.
Well, trust me, it's really a work in progress. But I every day I ask God to give me the strength and figure it out day by day. But it is really not easy. Really not easy. As you could see what
Yeah,
was
man.
taking place.
Yeah,
And I try not to get into the whole confrontation type of things.
yeah.
If
I
you
know.
see me, but thing it's really serious.
Yes. Yes.
I that person who get along with everybody and try to just serve the people to the best of my ability, and that's what it's about. But sometimes, especially this time, I've never ever seen politics like this. Never ever seen politics like this. I mean, I took politics in the US. I was in a Republican state and a Democratic state at 2 separate universities, and I was there to build up to elections and studying political science and policy. And I mean, I've been in it, and I've never seen this. Never. Internationally, locally, I've never seen it.
Wow. There is so there is just the controversy that has been going on, and people will not allow me to have you on the program and not have you share what is going on in the Tunapuna with these mobile units, police mobile units and stuff like that.
Hot topic.
Yeah, the hot topic. But before I do that, I saw somebody on the live saying we love him in Trinity. So somebody on the live, let me just say good evening to the 536 persons who are on the live right now. And one person make sure and say, hey, we love him in Trinity. So let me make sure and give you your flowers and let you know your people in Trinity love you, eh?
Yeah. I love them too, man. I love them too. All of my Makoya Trinity district.
Yeah.
They really helped mold and shape me from young man to where I am now. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So I saw a new video coming out. Came out from you today. I wanna play that video for the viewers to see. But before I play that video, there's something I saw a while ago. Hey, Trinidad, that's not easy, I saw a picture on CNC3 a while ago on Guardian Media. I don't know if it's true, where they're saying that the mobile units are going to be painted in yellow. Well, here now, if that is... Did you see it?
You could never tell, eh? You could never tell. I would never put that past them. Although I highly doubt, but that will be it for me, boy. But I hardly doubt, but
somebody but it is a CNC3 story, I tried to find it back, but it is a CNC3 story where they're highlighting the police post, and they are saying that, hey, watch, this gonna be in yellow,
wow.
That is going to be. That is not going to be nice, eh?
Boy, I put that past them. I would not put that past them. I see they're doing whatever they want. HEC, some of these state agencies, they change their logos to yellow and all. I mean, it is what it is. We just going through a time where you just need to pray and just hope day by day that good sense and love and unity prevail. Because I can really see getting worse and worse under this government.
You know, there's a question I think I need to ask you before we go on to that other really popular story. Local government coming up. Local government elections is coming up. And a lot of persons are concerned, or a lot of persons want to know how ready is the PNM in the Tunapuna Corporation.
I will always say that there's room for improvement. I have seen where, and I'll speak on behalf from the part of the councils, I've seen where the trying times, because this is not a normal time for them. Even when I came in, people around me who were more senior in the party, although I've been around, they would say in politics, especially in active and representational politics, being in opposition is an experience. You just have to experience it. And I saw on the faces, it's something that mentally I've prepared myself for, just in the event that it did. But I've seen some of my councillors come in day by day, they are crying, they are depressed, other things that happen. Everyone, all of my councillors were removed from their jobs. All of them. And I've seen a significant toll on them, on their family life, their personal life, representational life. And I had to call several meetings to ensure that they get the support, ensure that, whatever they need, personally and otherwise, is met. Because it really has taken a toll. And besides taking a toll on them, it has taken a toll on their wages. So imagine you are going through this, and it's affecting you in a great deal, and it's affecting your wages, and you have to now come and put on this whole front for the wages you now represent, while you have no money in your pocket. But at the same time, I've tried my best. It's still a work in progress, as I said before. Where representation is concerned, even myself, I had to find means and ways, because now the resources that I would use in my electoral district, I had to now use it in the entirety of the corporation. The time I would have to connect, I have to now find myself working in other areas and doing other things. So I had to find a way to make it happen, yet still maintain my relations in my electoral district. So it has been challenging, but looking at it now, I believe that myself and my council, we have gotten the grasp, and especially the PNM side, we've gotten the grasp of what is necessary. I've seen some who were in a state of depression and in a state of not knowing what is going to happen, not even knowing if they're coming back or if they want to come back, or just giving up themselves to a point where they recognize, hey, we have to pick it up and do this for the people. Yes, we are down, but we need to do this for the people we serve. We need to do this for the party. We need to do this because at the end of the day, we are the change makers. And it starts with us. Even with all that's happening now, I remember someone called me Saturday and they said, years ago under Jerry Naris as chairman of Tunapuna Corporation, the turn of the PNM from opposition back into power started in Tunapuna Corporation.
Okay.
And it started, and that is where all of the similar attention we're getting from from the lawlessness coming out of this government is what happened then, and that was the start. A lot of tension arose in Tunapuna region, and that was the start of it. But I'm saying this to say that while everything is happening and you're picking up and everyone is doing what they're supposed to do, and you'll see more activities in communities, you'll see more engagement, and we really have to do what we have to do in the limited resources that we are afforded. And while that is happening, you're seeing now the government has plans to change boundaries and whatnot. So the same propaganda campaign they had to sell dreams of 10% and whatnot, and they understand the propaganda. I've been around them, I know some of the people that work with them. While they sell this propaganda campaign, they now would do everything they could to try to get to Tunapuna. So they want to shave off some districts. Some of the districts further east of us, they may want to shave it off and put it in other corporations to lessen the amount of hold that we have on the Tunapuna Regional Corporation. But at the end of the day, you know the type of individual I am. There's always a God.
Yes.
And for God, we have our God, and our God is on our side, and He will make a way. I have no problem. They could do what they want. They could continue to run the propaganda campaign and utilize technology and do everything that they could, but be honest and straightforward and really connect with the people. And they could try to chop it up. They could try to put it here, put it there, count the numbers, use AI, whatever they have done in the past, they could continue to do it. I am telling you, we will continue to do what we have to do, and the rightful thing will prevail.
I hear you, my brother. And I like where your mindset is and your heart is, that here what's going on. You know the God you serve, and you know you're doing things honest and right. And once you continue to do the honest and right thing, then they can't fight you. God will fight your battle.
True.
And your young man grew up in the faith, knowing what it is about. You understand? And you have a big brother who you know are your back.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So what I send you a message there. You could watch it on your phone.
Right.
If you get a chance, you could watch it. Yes. So you see and watch people viewing you, right?
Okay, all right, nice.
Okay. I just want to make sure you understand that this program is not no pew program.
Already sold. You know, let's tell me
No. I just want to make sure that you understand that you're not a no pew program, and you're not. I hear talking out your liver string, and nobody listening to you now.
I'll admit to the public, that told him at one point, I said, boy, you move from the radio onto online here, you sure, boy? He said, boy, you look at my viewers. I promise, I tell him, once I come on the program, and I come on the program and I see the numbers, I'm sorry, boy, I'm sorry. You're right. You're right. That speaks goodness to you too, That speaks to you and your integrity and where you stand for.
Yeah.
So that's good.
So I want to, when we starting with this discussion, boy, I don't want to go back too much.
You want to know where we are now?
No. I want to set I want to continue to set the record straight, because I was listening to a radio station today, and their question today to the people was about they played a clip from Dr. Fuad Khan talking about your response to the police post in Tunapuna, and how you're playing politics, and how you don't want nothing good for the people, and all, the semantics and this old talk, the political talk, the rhetoric.
Right.
But strange enough, brother, I think that's what had one caller, but all of the callers who called in were very straightforward, and they said, hey, the chairman of the Tunapuna Corporation, all he wanted is consultation. He wanted to partner with the government on the project that was embarking on, and he was saying to them that he found it to be rude that you're coming to my home, you're coming to my yard, and you want to put on something in my yard. You don't think you should talk to me first and say, well, here what's going on now. I want to put on a water tank in your yard because I realize that you're having problems with water. You can come, dig up my yard, put on a foundation for a water tank without talking to me first. That don't make no sense.
Hey, that is exactly it. That is exactly it. And then when you're done, you're more wrong and strong. And I mean, this is an eye opener.
Tell us why it's an eye opener for you.
I have never seen this before, because as I tell you, I live good with everybody, and I live in a cordial way. So I mean, if you look at about a month ago or so, I got a call from some senior officers in division saying that this is what we want to do, and this is where we have earmarked to start, which is Grand Bazaar.
Right.
They are starting the meetings and so forth, and they said all they knew was Grand Bazaar. And me being the type of person I am, I then said, you know what? Okay, what you'll need? They said you'll need it to clean up here. You have some illegal parking here. We can't identify cars and some trailers. We need to find the owners. And so, I set up a nice operation where we had licensing officers come, and we wrote to them and make sure that they cleaned up. We had some illegal vending. We spoke to them. We have someone sleeping and living actually under the overpass there. We were supposed to get a lift and move them and so forth. We had a holistic plan. So we started with the cleaning up of the vehicles, and we were moving to the other parts. Lo and behold, we just saw this advertisement, an announcement by the Prime Minister saying, this is the list. So I then asked some of the officers, what is taking place here? I mean, they said, we don't know. We don't even know where that list come from. So I already know this is some kind of random thing they're running with here. I don't know if it's a deflection but it's something, and whatever. So I saw Eddie Hart. So I said, well, all right, in time, consultation, whatever it may take, we will see what happens after. Boom, next day, we're running in Eddie Hart to start. So I was like, what? So I started asking questions. I didn't know what it was. I was out, and they the media is asking me, what do you think? And I'm seeing videos, and they're moving in. So I am just like, engineer, go and find out what's going on, because Wassa was doing work on the outside. And when I passed there, I thought, well, that excavation going on inside has to do with the Wassa. So, I just thinking something with a Wassa main that connected to there. When engineer going with the team, he's reporting to us that is the police post going there, and that is separate works. But he said he's asking the contractor what is going on, well, whosoever was on site, and they're very vague. So he had to ask them to stop verbally. Right? As should be, because we have no idea, no one consulted with us. So then we are here now asking the permanent secretary, asking everyone, and our CEO now is liaising with the permanent secretary as she does. And he is trying to liaise with other people, and everyone's trying to liaise with everybody, but nobody is coming forward and saying this is us. So you can imagine one entity asking another entity who's supposed to be in charge, and that entity is saying it's not a site, right? We are not in charge here. Lo and behold, the next day, which was the Friday, Unicut emerged as, when this is, quarter way into production here now, Unicut emerged as the project managers. They just wrote a quick letter saying we are the project managers. All right? And by that time, our engineer moved towards serving notice of violation. Right? When he got there, just say it's the whole fanfare. I was there too. You have the hecklers there. Those, they have their actors with them. They come. They know it. They know what's happening. Media is there. Internet said, I don't feel comfortable under this. I'm a public servant with the media and all of this. The media is just waiting for you to go and serve someone. Said, you know what? I will wait, and I will serve accordingly, because you could serve in hand or you could serve on the structure. So we waited. While there now, we recognize another agency pulling up. While the other agency pull up, they were asking questions. They identified me as the chairman of this region, and the space falls under our remit. We are from NGC, and we've recognized that construction is taking place here. We know we have lines passing under here, and we just came to do our checks. No problem. So the media now is hearing that, asked one of the ministers who on hand, anything about lines? No, we don't know no lines. They move on. They asked if they could interview the guy. The guy said, no, I'm a public servant. No. None of them, they don't want to interview. Nothing. So I said, you know what, my team was there. We did an interview with the media, and I continued to speak to my team. Right? The whole posse from the UNC, they went across, they buy doubles, they're laughing because, they're damn big and bad. They're going across, everybody going. So I then decided I will stick around a little bit. I left, came back. They were doing their tests and whatnot. And they said, we've done our tests, and it has proven that the lines are not around. These are CNG lines running directly below the space. So you can imagine you have the whole savannah. You could choose left, right, back, front, and you so unlucky to put this right on top of a CNG line. And the thing is, in everything that we do, even when we were demolishing the old pavilion, because through Dr. Rowley and our PNM government, a new pavilion was procured, and we got a new pavilion. We have a contractor that was in the process of bringing forward that 2,500 seater pavilion with a grass track with a new. They were going to replant the grass. They were going to give us cricket nets. A fresh, fully upgraded pavilion,
right,
with conditions, right?
Yeah.
That is something that we hope for. That if you really know, would come on to that space, the pavilion, the set space for that pavilion, and I expect us to get that pavilion at some point in time. Whether now or later. That pavilion is supposed to extend itself backward based on the lighting of the ground and everything that's in front of it. It's supposed to extend itself backward onto even where part of where they've constructed. Nonetheless, all of that would have been fleshed out in consultation. But I'm making my point that even while demolishing the old structure, we had to some plans and the plans would show where the sewer systems are, where the lines are, the various lines are, water lines, etc., etc. And through their lack of consultation and communication, that was discovered, the issue with the lines.
Right.
Now, to my surprise, I would have expected them to come Monday or so. They worked extremely hard. They worked extremely hard over the weekend to cover up these, to as you call it, to release the compressed natural gas, the CNG.
Right.
And they moved around further west of the Etihad facility. They moved around into some of the companies there, looking on Saturday morning, because the chairman of NGC was there Friday night. Bright and early Saturday morning, they were looking for the start of the line. They found it. Wenteen did not have the courtesy to inform the owner of that particular company. Went into the yard, bypassed security, addressed themselves as whosoever, got it in, excavated up until late Saturday evening, up until late Sunday evening, and finished 1 p.m. today. Covered it up very quickly and moved on.
Wow.
That still doesn't pull you away from the fact that you were building. Had you excavated any further, you know what could have happened there? On said space. And with all the information forthcoming, even more so, you have to take into consideration these things and consultation, these simple hazards. Yes, you might have, it didn't come to pass, but at the end of the day, thankfully it didn't. But this is number 2 of 37, not 37, 30, you said, I think it's 30 plus or so spaces they've chosen. And if this could have happened in number 2 because of lack of consultation, you're going here, there, and everywhere. Probably this happened for a reason, so they'll probably do their due diligence in the other 27, 28 spaces. Or I think they did 3 so far. Us, Grand Bazaar, Turuba. Eddie had Grand Bazaar, Turuba.
Yeah, that's what
But the thing is, we are for it. We are all for it. Because if we weren't for it, we would have gone to Grand Bazaar. Grand Bazaar falls under the Tunapuna Regional Corporation. We could have gone there and say, hey, where's your town country? Where's your EME? Where's your this? Where's your that? Where's the other? Although the space probably falls, I believe, under the Ministry of Works and Infrastructure. Eddie Hart now falls under the Tunapuna Regional Corporation in terms of being vested. But really and truly, had we want to play that political hardball as they claiming, we would have gone across there, but in the real propaganda style of the UNC. On a national front with other issues, they're talking about race. And on this front, it's all about they don't want it, and everybody can see straight through it. We are not saying we don't want it, we're just saying consult with us.
Thank you.
As the holder of that space, just consult with us, and it's simple courtesy. Because now you have UDCAT now. We send the letter requesting of them, and as I said in another space today, it's like someone come in your backyard, build something as you just mentioned, and just go on and say, yeah, that is it. I done it. This will benefit everybody, but whatever, I just had to use your backyard. And they ain't telling nothing. They don't care. They don't care if you take them to court. They don't care. You could have said, well, not in the backyard. We could have done it in the front, because the front gives you more access. Because we had proposed this before on the most southern part, where everyone goes in and out. It's easy for you to go towards to any other emergency outside. We have plans to expand washroom and toilet facilities and other spaces. It gives you a full view of the field, the pavilion, the proposed pavilion, the car park, the vending space. It gives you a full view on the south side. Entrance, exit, everything is right there. But now, you take the high-handed approach. You go where you feel to go. Where you still have to dodge through, go through this, go through that, to come out and in. I don't even know what's the real setup there. But I just get the sense that this is being done by just themselves.
Yeah.
Because here you're trying to figure out if national security is in charge. National security hasn't identified themselves and kind of pull back on being in charge. You asked about the cabinet note. Cabinet note thus far. It's just up in the air. You're talking to officers saying they are short in the division by 123 workers in regular police stations. Who is going to man this? Right? And everything is up in the air, and obviously I want to see the success of it, but the way it has started, I could only pray that it ends successfully.
Wow.
And I really want to see the success, but the way it has happened has really opened my eyes to the individuals we are dealing with. And as I said before, anybody will know I'm an easygoing person, especially once it's for the benefit of the public. And I'm not here to come and fight you and do this and do that. But come on, that is not right. Our government will never do that in any space. We'll never do that in any space.
But
You can
remember
imagine.
when Inchon Ishmael wanted to build a guard booth and
Right.
he didn't get tongue and country approval. And this same prime minister turned and tell him,
Yeah. This is Incheon. This is the same situation. That same situation. And obviously the type of person I am, through that I built a lot of good and even while he was in a weakening state, the Imam, who I respect dearly, out of the situation, we built a closer bond. He said, you know what, I wanted to reach out and pray for him and, keep him in your prayer. And I did just that. And we all maintained a better relationship even after that. And I'm saying this to say that even in that situation, and some people say, but I think wisdom prevailed. And I think prayer and God's grace prevailed in that situation. Because when that situation happened the first time, everybody from high to low, radio station, news anchors, everybody, people calling in, what is taking this young man so long? Why he in mash up that guy yet? This, that, the other. And I took my time. And we served one notice. We served another 20-day notice. After a while, they start getting stale. People still calling in the radio station. What is taking them so long? Why is this so? It started as a regular structure and then painted orange and the roof went up. And we, through that time, was saying, please, just work with us. We are working with you. Please, we are working with you. We're trying to work with you. And during that period, while everyone was saying, mash it up, you have all the powers to mash it up, just run in, mash it up. During that period, I said to myself, let me speak to the people. Because we had the entire village, they went to the community center and they had consultations, and the imam was adjoined with the village council. And when I met with them, there was one time in particular, I prayed really hard and I met with them. And I just felt a calmness. And the imam said, Chairman, you are right. What has happened here was done in the wrong way. And they wrote a letter, I'll never forget that. The village council wrote a letter distancing themselves from what was taking place. And it was true that the entire community saw through what was happening and they all distanced themselves. And by the time we actually went in to do the right thing, it was more in a calm sense, as opposed to had we gone day one, day two, and just demolish without consultation and without communicating and without the approach that we took. And it brought us calm sense, well, except for the individual who had built it at the time. And it brought a calm sense. And even after that, I felt like it opened a door for us to build better relations. Myself, the Imam, even Mr. Ishmael. And even on his last days, we all stood in prayer for him and we spoke, and I think it was a calmer sense of things that could have been very hostile, not just for us, but between Tunapuna Corporation and the community. But overall, I think it was for the best. And I always look back at those instances because that happened like a month and a half into my tenure as chairman. And it was a really difficult time, a time where I had to use wisdom among a lot of people saying this, that, and the other. And it's the same thing now. You have everybody want to comment on what you should do, what you shouldn't do, what should happen, and and then you have obviously in this case the UNC spreading the false narrative that you're not for it, and they're using it for the political push. But I'm thankful that God has made it in a way that the public has seen through their eyes that it's not that we are not for this. We are 100% for it, but it must be done in the right way. And the right way is not, we're not going to make it go through hoops and bounds, but just at least tell us.
That is it.
But I have never seen this level of disrespect. And
Well, let me take you.
Time will tell. Time will tell.
Let me take you back to that guard boot. I have the recording here. I want to play it for the listeners to hear what you're seeing and what we're seeing now. Take a listen to this Trinidad and Tobago and by extension the world.
The future of Bamboo No. 2's recently erected guard booth is on shaky ground as members of the community now seek approval from the corporation after it's already been built. But according to opposition leader Kamla Pasabi-Sessa, had community members taken a different approach, this structure aimed at providing additional security would have a more solid foundation.
We are not in the wild, wild west. You're not on the frontier that you just decide you want to put up a booth. You have to do it in accordance with the law. You must follow the law and you will get through.
During the UNC's Monday night's cottage meeting in St. Joseph, Pasabi-Sessa says the area's councillor has initiated the legal process, which entails several steps including a petition submitted to the corporation. The Tunapuna Regional Corporation has already given a 7-day notice to demolish the structure due to the absence of the necessary approvals. The area's community council has assured that the proper steps will be taken to ensure the guard booth is not torn down.
So Trinidad and Tobago, you all heard that, all right, Chairman?
Yes.
Yeah, I hope that I played it for people to listen. And I hope that they heard exactly what was done, right, and what was said by the opposition leader back then. But you talk about the gas line. Remember I sent you a video Saturday?
Right.
I'm gonna play that video now.
Okay.
Look at this video, Trinidad to me. Yeah, you remember that video?
Yeah.
I'm gonna play that video for them to listen to. Let me coming back and get into the happenings with that police post.
Boy, it's smelling funny in here. Boy, it's real boring in here. I'm going outside for a smoke. Boy, it's smelling funny in here. Boy, it's real boring in here. I'm going outside for a smoke.
So that's what this government is if and you know the sad thing about it. You know the sad thing about it, Chairman. Let's be real. You know the sad thing about this is that if the government, to be honest, let's just say, that young man didn't come to check up on that line.
Right.
And they really just allowed things to go the way it was going because they lock off the line.
Yeah, they blow it, as they said, they blow it out. So they blow it out up until today, 1 p.m. they finished.
And you know,
I hope all is done. Well, we are sending our requests. We are sending our correspondence to them, and I hope they would answer honestly.
But you know, the chairman, and that is the danger. You know, that's the danger because at first everybody thought that you were a madman. People saying, one line, it's an online. How we so sure somebody come up to here and tell you that? Anybody could tell you that. Whoever. That was the first. That was the discussion.
Thing is that I was glad that when they came, the media was there. So right. I wasn't just talking. The media was there, and the media was trying to interview them too. They identified themselves. They had their badge and everything. And I mean, at the end of the day,
I sure they get blown from Randy. I am sure the chairman blew them out and tell them, "Boy, it is only go on. They only go on. They tell me nothing."
I am pretty sure, especially for placing flags, placing flags to identify where these things are. But I mean, it's really a hazard. The important thing is that it had to be rectified. It had to be rectified. Negligence on their part, they have to get a tongue lashing for that.
Yeah.
For the negligence and their failure to consult.
Yeah.
But really and truly, I am actually happy that it was identified before something more drastic happened. Even in the construction part of it, they are really lucky also, based on where I see it running, that they excavated more easterly of the site for the sewer system and the fat boys that they placed. I'm glad that they went a few feet away from it.
Right.
Because had they excavated a little more to the western side of the building, it would have been problems.
Wow.
It would have been problems based on the amount of feet under that those lines are as compared to the amount of feet that they dug to place the sewer system. I mean, it's so much things, and who knows what else they haven't done. I mean, I'm really looking also. I really recognize that WASA was there doing some works while they were there. I don't know if it's accommodated. I don't know what systems they put in place to really, connect those lines and all of the different things that they're doing. But it's just like they're in power, so they could do what they want, when they want, how they want. Really sad, but this was an eye opener for me.
Okay. Okay. I want to play.
And as you played that thing with the guard boot and what they were saying then. I mean, I will tell you something I never divulged before. Since then, I should have really realized the extent to which this government on propaganda and on a gimmick thing, as you call it, since then, because what started this is a counselor, right? And I have a good relationship with my counsel, both sides. But that counselor came to me and said, Chairman, this isn't right. And I have to bring it up. Mr. Ishmael isn't doing it the right way. At that time, our now line minister, right, he was not in favor of her. He would say harsh things about her, and they weren't the best of friends. Now, with that said, they brought it to my attention. They were with it all along. I'll never forget this. The minority leader, when it was time for us to take a vote, because you remember the council for the area, who is a certain UNC councillor, came to me and said, Chairman, this isn't right. We need to do what we have to do, The minority UNC leader stepped out of the room, took a call. Well, usually when they step out of the room to take a call, it's a recommendation and advice coming from the now line minister, Minister Khadija Amin, then FP Khadija Amin. Right? She was the one that's the go-to. Every decision they make, the go-to. Within 1 minute, they move from voting with us to getting instructions to abstain.
Wow.
In 1 minute. And I was like, but you all were the ones that brought this forward. Yes, we stand for something. And I looked at my P&M side, standing for something, while they want to stand for the same thing, but they got an instruction not to. And it's sad, It's really sad, because I'm seeing in even now, where some of them, they're going through some things, and they can't do anything about it. They just have to toe the line. They can't say anything. They can't do anything. Independence Day come around, other activities come around, they want to attend, and they got an instruction, do not go. Wow. Because this was the did. And they will send family members and friends, but for them, they can't come. And we want them to be there. We all celebrating together, whether it's Tunapuna Week, whether it's Independence Day, whatever it may be. But because of party lines and unnecessary things, they would tell them, don't do this, don't do that. And really and truly, I have seen time and time again, we have been given the instruction and we know that we have to stand for integrity, we have to stand for the right thing. And for any other possible reason, the UNC will tell them, vote against or abstain, and they have to, against their personal wish.
Wow.
And it's really sad. From since then, I should have known, allow this party to come in power, and it's chaos.
Yeah.
And it really is chaos.
Yeah. Let's take some calls. The number to call is 464-7003. 464-7003. Have a call on the line. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Pastor Gogo. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Pastor Gogo, here you go again. The UNC opposition were always about consultation and the legality of a process. My understanding is what the PNM and Eversley does is seeking the procurement process. What is the procurement process? How did it go through? And I just find it strange that the propaganda the UNC is pushing is that the PNM is against it and the chairman of it is against it. They're against crime fighting. The PNM is against crime fighting. And it's a simple thing that I understand is the procurement process that they are asking for.
And they're also asking,
what is the...
And he's also asking for consultation. Come and talk with us, and we will tell you the best place where to put the police post.
So how does that information from the chairman and the PNM read down to the party is against crime fighting? And the PNM need to, they have not even said one word about this. They are not fighting back on this thing. I have not heard nothing from nobody from the PNM. Not even those who put forward the procurement challenge. I have not been hearing from them. Come on. They need to fight back and beat back on the UNC propaganda, and they should do it aggressively. This is a simple thing I'm understanding. The procurement process you arrive at, you doing this, how it was done. And they need to do something. They need to fight back on this propaganda thing right now. They're allowing the UNC, the government, to have too much of a forward saying. How
do you recommend? Wait, just now, before you come off, caller. Hello?
Yeah.
How do you recommend that they fight back?
Media releases.
Well, the chairman is on the line, and the chairman will tell you how much media releases that he have put out. The chairman of the party, the chairman of the Tunapuna Corporation is a PNM.
I understand that, but
right,
the
chairman is
getting his blame, and the party is getting his blame too separately.
No, but
both of them are getting blamed separately.
All right, okay. But just I don't think you're hearing what I'm saying. All right, I don't think you're hearing what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the chairman of the Tunapuna Corporation has put out press release. He has also done videos that has gone viral. Also,
I have not seen none of that.
Oh, and that is not his fault, or that you have to because you're not seeing it doesn't mean that it's not out there. The chairman of the party also has put out a statement, and it was on TV6, it was on CNC3, it was on I-95 that most of the PNM people listen to. It has been all over.
I listened to the I-95 this afternoon, and I have not heard nothing like
and
this.
That's
Maybe I was late.
I
started listening at 5:15 this afternoon.
No, well, I'm talking about the midday news and all those other times, and that's one of the reasons why I asked the chairman to come on, because on their discussion after the newscast on 12 o'clock, let's have a question that's asked.
Yeah.
And that was one of the questions they would have asked, because Dr. Fuad Khan would have tried to see that the PNM was against the police post and the PNM and whatever. And all of the callers would have said, no, that is not true. What Mr. Fuad Khan is saying is not true. The chairman is asking for consultation. Every caller who called in were convinced that the chairman, Mr. Josiah Austin, is asking for consultation. So while you might be saying that they're not pushing back and they're not fighting, but the message is going out to the people, because when the people call in the radio station, the people are calling with exactly what it is the chairman is saying and what it is they're standing up for.
Okay, then, well, I must have missed that.
So anybody who listened to I-95 today could call in and tell me if what I'm saying is not the truth, but that is what happened today. All the callers, every single caller said that forward can is a nonsense. The chairman never said that he's against the police post. What the chairman is saying is that if you had come and consulted with us, we could tell you where is the best place to put on the police post, and we would partner with you guys because we have several other different things that we have rolled out.
Anyway, well, I didn't hear that. Anyway, have a good night.
Same to you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, Joe, we taking calls, Joe?
Yeah.
Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Pastor. Good evening, also. Pastor, this is the problem. A lot of people want one PNM to come to act in this version way like UNC. They are doing the right things. They're going to the right channel. Apparently, that is not enough. The one PNM, the act version like UNC, and PNM do act that way. Another thing, the chairman was right. You know, Pastor, we came. I don't know if you know, they came within 5 feet of making contact with our line.
Yeah, well, the chairman said that.
They came within 5 feet. 5 feet. 5 feet to the left, and they'll make contact with a charge gas line. A charge gas line.
Just what happened there, boy?
Just exactly in that video you play. A big explosion, possibly. I don't know, but thankfully God made it that is not.
Thank God.
And someone else gonna we watch it as a smaller thing, but it's a bigger thing. It's a bigger thing that we prevented there.
Yeah, and when you listen to the network, the network,
the network.
The people who put on
the pay, yeah.
Who does nothing? They're saying he's against nothing, because if you are against anything, we said before, he can go Amazon and stop it. But the problem with them is a propaganda machine on. They want to get all 30 up and running before. No. They want to build all 30 before they say that. That's why the movement so set and scared and okay and desperate. Well, because they want to build all 30 before they say that.
Well, let's see how it go.
Yeah?
Yeah, man. But wait now, look, somebody telling me you was on Darren Marcel program today?
Yeah. This afternoon.
Okay, because somebody now typing that up here and saying the chairman was also on Darren Marcel afternoon drive. I heard him. Okay, let's take our next call. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Pastor Google.
Hi, good evening, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good. I just be on the fringes listening, but the politics just frustrate me so much. So I'm listening.
Right. Talk to
but
me.
I'm calling just to make a short contribution. I want to commend the chairman on being so very composed and professional. He learned that from me.
He learned that from me.
Yeah.
He learned that from me.
Very composed. You could see him moving with Christ. So I saw that when he spoke about that, I said, well, right, that's right. And I wanted to say in response to the gentleman saying that we in here in PNM. I have a view on this. I remember when Ms. Becker was first sworn in as leader, she said something which I agree with. She said, not every car passed, she's going to bury. Let me tell you, the UNC will have PNM spinning. If every single moment you have to respond to every post, every propaganda. So I believe what I am seeing, they do it strategically. They respond to the wider issue, and every issue basically they respond to, but they don't prolong it as UNC would want to do, to rope them in and have everybody busy and back and forth. So I don't agree at all with that. Maybe the approach is more gentle or whatever, but it is definitely a loud response in my view when you see the responses and the what they try to do. Because UNC they have a lot of tactic, negative tactic, and we can't reach that anything. And finally, I want to say, and this is no shade, maybe it's a shade. I think Josiah to give him some print.
Say that again.
And he needs to give the Arima Corporation his blueprint.
Okay.
I am a PNM avid, but they need to do better. And they would lose Arima. I keep warning of that. We need an actual market, not just a better market. We need a market. And they have to do better. The spaces, the playgrounds, all those things. We need better representation in Arima. I am saying it plain. You know, PNM people, we straight.
Yeah.
If we need to cut we own tail, we cut and we own tail.
Yes.
So please lend that blueprint to Arima. And Arima needs to stop putting businessmen as the mayor. Lisa was the best mayor we had an agent. And that is the kind we want people heart into the work. You know, but I don't want to stay much longer. You know, I don't call often again, but I'm in the fringes hearing and supporting.
Thank you very, very much for calling.
Josiah and the chairman, and I'm listening.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, good evening.
Pastor Google, good evening to the Marbella on the inside.
Good evening, Marbella. Marbella West or Marbella East?
This is way boy. Marbella East. Yeah, Marbella East, yeah.
All right, go ahead, Marbella East. Because I hear Marbella West getting problems, you know.
All right, that's all. Let me confirm. How many hole will be where? East or west? Because I'm not too, I'm newish to the area.
I think that is west. I mean, that is east. I don't know. I will find out.
Well, right. Oh, boss. Let me do think about that now. Pastor Google, what I want to tell you, and good night to your guest, sir. How you going, brother? Pastor Google, I want us to understand something, and I listened to what the caller before said, and I agree with her, but I want us to not be complacent, and I'll tell you why. The UNC is playing a game that we cannot take for granted. They're using something that is very similar to the Cambridge Analytica playbook, where they're going to flood us with a whole lot of information and try to make us not understand what has happened and make us lose sight of the bigger goal. But we still have places in this air fight for people like Pastor Google and the mayor of Diego Martin and other people who are taking it to them on the social media stage. Because let me tell you something, a lot of people out there get their news and get their information solely from social media. I'm talking about only from TikTok, only from Facebook. People don't watch the news. They don't know what's happening unless they don't see it on social media. So we cannot take that for granted. We have to understand that at the end of the day, there's people who would absorb information all about. You have the I-95 listeners, you have the Pastor Google listeners, you have the TV6 and the CNC3 listeners, and you have the people who are on social media. So we have to be able to reach everybody and make sure that the PNM is out there. The information that the PNM is sharing is out there. The leader and the other people in her circle has to be vocal and visible. And once we can do that, the UNC will have no other alternative but to continue doing what they're doing, and they're going to lose in the long run because people need to understand and see exactly what's going on. I was a local government representative in Rio Claro for 2 terms. So I know the frustration that people and the Burgesses feel. And I understand what representation is about. And the chairman, Mr. Austin, I've listened to what you've been saying, and I've listened to the issues that you've highlighted. And I like the fact that you're taking the minister to task. Because they don't see people and country, they only see party. And it's people like us and people like yourself and people like Pastor Google who will stand in the trenches and make sure the people get the proper representation as well as the information.
Tell him. I want to hear you tell him, because he will feel a small fry, you know. He feel like a small fry. But let him know that we command the YouTube in the night. Let him know.
That's right. They can say what they want. 1,776
people watching.
Good night, everybody. How are you going? No, Pastor Google, everybody has their place, and I am telling you, what you're doing is human service to the country.
Tell Josiah that.
Yeah. So, Josiah know, and that's why Josiah said, if Josiah know that, Josiah.
I just like to interfere. I just like to interfere with my little brother. No, give me TV out here. I have to jam him. Yeah, son. I have to jam him sometime.
We have to continue, and we cannot give up. And I want my honorable leader, Penelope Beckers Robertson. I want you to listen to me very well. If you want,
she coming on the program soon. Don't say it yet.
Right? No, once she comes, just tell her that we want, as soon as we state the emergency, over the next day, we want the biggest
protest.
Oh Lord!
We
want to go out and bad. We want to go.
Well, well, then that means I have to get her on the program before the what you call it, before it finished now, before the SOE finished, so that you can call in and tell her and let her tell you what is the plan.
Nice, very good. So we can advise her because.
So this now, as we have the chairman here, you want to tell him that you feel that Constructive Talk should be a part of the campaign for for the corporation.
Well, if the chairman I know that it's something wrong, chairman, what's going on with you?
if I didn't know, now I know.
Now you know. All right, caller. Thanks very much, man.
Hi, brother.
If you didn't know, Joe, now you know. You understand?
Yeah, boy. Yeah.
I hope you're seeing the callers calling in, eh? You feel this is no makeup call thing, eh? These people genuinely calling in, eh? You understand?
Yeah.
People calling to talk to you.
Genuine callers, genuine listeners.
Let's just know that for a fact. We ain't paying nobody to call the program. And we ain't paying...
Right thinking and communicating listeners you have here, boy.
Thank you. Hello, good evening.
Hi, good night, Pastor Google. Good night, on Josiah Austin.
Thank you.
So I've been trying to cook for a while. Right? And I'm from the Tacarigua area. And I first learned of Mr. Josiah Austin when he became a counselor, because that was around the same time that I moved up there. Right. And I know from then to now, I've really been able to see the growth in Josiah. And I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you to the chairman for the work that he has been doing and the service that he has been providing to the community as a whole. And when I say community, I mean everyone that he served. You know, wow. I'm genuinely proud of him.
So wait, just now, before you come off, you sound like a young person.
I am young.
Wow. How old, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 24.
You see? Only feel young people don't listen to this program.
I'm following him on every social media.
Only feel young people don't listen to this program. Let the chairman know. If you don't know, now you know.
Of course.
Hey, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
I feel she has something that she wants to say.
Of course, I'm going to finish thanking my chairman.
Go ahead.
So, I really admire, right, especially as a young person. It is encouraging to see, another young person stepping up and serving and making a difference, So I really look forward to supporting this young man, right? Okay? When you see local elections come around, I'll be washing my face early in the morning, brushing my feet, and I'm going and vote, okay? Because my polling station is very close to my house. I'm not making no joke, right?
Nice.
So, I really look forward to supporting him and seeing him continue to serve, and grow. I just had to call in tonight to say thank you and let him know that his work is being seen and it is appreciated. And just love.
Hey, that love thing come from my kind of me too. I love thing. But thank you very much, young lady, and please don't be a stranger.
Oh gosh, and Josiah actually bring me out.
That's good.
Election. I had a real banker. I couldn't take it, but I have to call in. I have to call in and encourage him.
Right. Thank you very much again, and don't be a stranger, right?
Yes.
All
Bye.
right. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Josiah, you see, our first-time
Yeah,
callers,
boy,
all
yeah.
kind of thing. Young people
bit
calling
more,
in and
boy.
thing. Let's take this call. Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening, Pastor Google.
Hi, good evening.
Pastor Google, let me congratulate you on the work that you're doing. Right? Keeping us informed. I'm up late in the night, but I'm enjoying the program.
Yeah, man.
Now, two callers before, one sound like a full gentleman. He spoke about the information of, in his view, not reaching the population.
Mm-hmm.
And you told him about where the information reaching. He mentioned that the chairman was on the evening program on I-95. An individual just calling and he said a lot of people don't get the news from mainstream media. Social media is the source of their information. Now we in our information space and we fighting our information battle. And the battle is to capture the people's mind and to put forward our narrative. And that is what the UNC is doing. While I take my hat off for the chairman, because I'm keeping abreast of what's happening, a gentleman said the political leaders say you can't run behind every dog. While I concur with that, we allow the Prime Minister to escape on Emancipation Day. And let me tell you why. The days before Emancipation Day, the U.S. Senate, a senator indicated that Trinidad and Tobago was complicit in the invasion and the capturing of a sitting president of a sovereign nation. And she worked hard over the weekend to take the population mind off of that. And we, the PNM, have to find a way to bring this truth into light for the population. When they try to spin the narrative, somebody must come and say, hey, you see that what she coming up with it? That is a distraction. The main issue is X, Y, and Z. In the information space, we have something called echo chambers. And we saw Ford Khan today coming as an echo chamber to spin a narrative. And that narrative was that PNM don't want crime to solve and this other thing. So we have to have somebody to counteract that narrative. Why the chairman did an excellent job, and he did a job on behalf of Tunapuna, while he's a PNM representative. Somebody has to come out.
All
because
right.
they didn't say, they didn't say the Tunapuna person.
Right, but
They
in
said
the
PNM.
right, but in the defense of, again, not in the defense, but in the statement that I keep seeing it, and people could call, people could tell me if I'm not talking the truth. When they played the clip with Fuad Khan coming to try to mislead the people, all of the callers on I-95.5 told them, hey, Ole, don't give me that now. Don't give me that. That's not what the chairman said. The chairman of the Tunapuna Corporation just wanted consultation. Fuad Khan on nonsense.
Yes, Pastor.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
I also heard the program.
Right, and it's the same thing too.
With that.
It's the same thing too with the Port of Spain Mayor. When they were trying to make the Port of Spain Mayor look a certain way, the callers called in and said, no, the mayors have a cleanup campaign in Port of Spain every weekend.
Yes, Pastor, I am concurring with that. What I am saying is, we need to get somebody in the social media space.
Well, so what about rambles?
Okay, we have rambles, but we need a prominent figure from the PNM, just as how Fuad Khan could jump in, just as how they're going to use these professors and these people from the UE to come to push forward their narratives. The PNM have to solicit people to come to bring truth to light.
But when you say a prominent figure, what do you mean?
Pastor, in the information space.
No,
right?
I'm just asking because I have other callers trying to get in. So just bring it home. Who in of importance that you are saying that because if you're saying I'd have to bring somebody of importance, I'd have to pay that person.
No, I didn't say you. I didn't say you.
I know you ain't say me. I'm not important. Who important? No, just bring it home.
You are not important, Pastor Google. What I'm saying is we need prominent people.
Who are the prominent people you would like to see come out?
I'm not calling a specific name.
But then
you have a lot of people, but you need just as how Ford can jump out.
Yeah, but you just we just have Randall Mitchell jumping out. We have and people and a lot of persons does respond to Randall Mitchell when he jump out. We have Mr. Marvin Gonzal who doing videos who again you want to see jump out. You see this minister what's her name? Nan Gasby Dolly doing videos, rambles, embarrass them the other day and tell them, hey, all you can be writing up again, you know. People are not illiterate enough to read all them big write-up all they're doing. Sit down in front of the camera, find a nice spot in your house, sit down in front of your phone and make videos. I see them making videos.
Pastor Google, I hear you, right? You want me to call a specific name, but I want to leave it because you have other callers. If an individual could call in and say, hey, Pastor, and he apologize, he said, maybe I'm missing. But the caller after him said, yeah, what's going on? A lot of people don't use mainstream media.
All right, so you have MP. All right, so you have MP Romain, who does do a whole program on a Sunday evening.
Yes, he do not program on a Sunday evening.
Right.
I'm not saying no,
right.
But we need people coming in other than these prominent people that you just called to come and bring in a snippet to change the narrative. You need that.
All right, caller. Thanks. I don't know how much more people. Because I just called Dr. Nagas Vidoli. I called Marvin Gonzal. I called Randall Mitchell.
I am not disputing the fact, but understand who winning the information war.
Who winning the information war? Based on today program alone and other programs that I've listened to, the UNC have been trying to push a narrative. And every time this radio station open up the phone line to see if people agree with the narrative that the UNC pushing, the people are pushing back. The people pushing back. When they talk about the Mayor of Port of Spain, the people pushing back. When they talk about the Mayor of Diego Martin, Aquila Glasgow, and they say, oh, them roads like that for how long? And they say X, Y, and Z, and they come out and they push back and say, no, Aquila has been doing that work. When they try to push back with Chairman Austin, the people say no, the chairman just want consultation. Every time I listen to our talk show host and on all media, the people are saying, hey, that narrative that the UNC is trying to push down with short, we're not accepting that because that's not what they're saying. All right, so let me take our next caller now, please. All right, man.
Nice talking.
Yeah, man. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Pastor Google.
Hi, good evening. You have to load down the TV.
All right, good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
What I want to find out is this. I see the UNC government do until they have investigations into Balizé House and where the money came from. And they have been making accusations about Balizé House with drug money and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
The court didn't hesitate in sending documents. In other words, PNM now have to go to court, right, if I'm right, to start to give evidence of where the money for Balizé House came from. Right? Where is the court and what is the court doing about the various ministers that we have in Parliament that are being called honorable, and they have answers, they have questions to answer. Why the court taking so long to investigate these people? I remember that Mr. Jack Warner had said a certain member of parliament couldn't pay for his wife's school fee. And Jack Warner, had to help to pay for the wife's school fee. But in no time, that minister was able to build a house and buy a next house and have 2 mansions and all of that. The lady who was the prime minister, when she came into parliament the first time, I remember the late Mr. Manning showing a picture of a house that she was building. He showed it in parliament, and she said it was 10 years. She and the husband was trying to build a house, and they was taking the time. But in no time, she was able to build that house, put a helicopter pad on it and all of that, and buy the next property. Who is calling on them to ask them where they get the money from to do all of that? And the other ministers in the government that people have to be calling honorable that have questions to answer. The judiciary must do those things, investigate those things that was due for investigation, and leave Malizé House alone. Thank you.
All right. Josiah, I wanted to, some people were asking a question about if the corporation couldn't take the ministry to court to stop to how to put it, boy, if you all couldn't take them to court to file an injunction to stop them from doing what they were doing. Hey, Joe?
Right, so you hear me, right?
Yeah.
You hear me, right?
Yeah.
Right, so somebody's asking about the injunction?
Yeah, if you all could have taken an injunction out.
Right.
To stop them from building where and ask them to...
Yes, but as you know, it's a process.
Right.
It's a process to be granted that access, especially now that there's a period, a kind of lull period now with the judicial system, right? So that period they're on a break right now.
Oh, okay.
Get that, but we are exploring all the options.
Okay.
And as I said, even as I mentioned before in the Gadwood situation, we always take all necessary options
before
from the lowest go up.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, man.
So,
I hear you.
You know, as doing our due diligence, we are doing our due diligence and exploring all the options. We have our legal team, a great legal team in the corporation, and we have an external legal team with a senior counsel also. So we have options.
I know that.
And we're exploring all the options.
I know that. I know you's a man will be exploring all the options.
You know, this, as I said before, this is nothing. This is no political thing, and this is not a matter we don't want it. This is really, above all, also this is a fight for local government.
Yeah.
I haven't seen local government reach to the state. I've never seen this. You know, where hiring is being done through the ministry. You have hiring being done through the ministry. You have the management. They want to manage the projects in each corporation. No, understand they want to hire the procurement department in each corporation and the procurement officer of each corporation. So there's several things happening simultaneously, and when you look at it, I mean, you might as well say, all right, let the minister run all 14 corporations and done.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah, man.
That's what it really is. And then now with the situation, so we're really standing up. What we're standing for is more than what you think it is.
Yeah.
This is for respect.
Let's take this call.
Autonomy, yeah.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, can I pass a Google?
Hi, good evening, sir.
I'm calling to seek, maybe your memory might be a little better than mine. It kind of tying into the incident that is going on with the Tunapuna Regional Corporation. In regards to the procurement and procedure and everything else. I seem to recall there was an incident a number of years ago with the airport in Tobago and something with the lights, and the lights were given trouble or something like that with an international flight. This was during the tenure, I believe, of the People's Partnership. and Mr. Warner made an effort to have the runway repaired or the lighting repaired.
It was the runway. I think it was the runway.
And the point was, well, you couldn't do it that way because he was saying, well, no, suppose something happened to an international flag, they're going to lose the international status. And the point was being made that despite all of that and all your good intentions, the manner in which you went about seeking to have the matter addressed was wrong. And I am wondering if this is not the same thing taking place with the Tunapuna Regional Corporation now, with regards to the construction of this booth. Nobody is saying no, but if there is a procedure that we have to follow, why is it so difficult to follow the procedure?
Interesting. I hear you, caller. So, Joe. Oh, Joe.
My brother.
Where are we now in this whole situation? I see you have a video out. You want to play the video and then you'll come in and share?
Well, yeah, go ahead now.
I'm going to play this video, Trinidad and Tobago. Take a listen to this.
Behind me, you can see disrespect continues. No consultation, no level of respect for the Tunapuna Regional Corporation. We had served our notice of violation. That was removed. NGC would have presented their flags to indicate the lines. Those flags were moved. I went across to the further west of us where the NGC lines start, the CNG lines, and the owners of that compound stated that they were there over the weekend. They had not consulted with them, just past security, and they started digging up, seemingly to cover up the CNG lines. I understand from some senior officials that they had blown out the lines over the weekend. They were even further west, looking for the lines on Saturday morning, found it during the day on Saturday, started excavating about 6 to 8 feet deep, blew out the lines, covered it up, and trust and believe we have the information, and we will be sending our correspondence to NGC, and we hope that you answer correctly. And that has been a hazard that we identified. But coming back to the site, we sent a letter to UDCOT, and just to correct the record, we sent a letter to UDCOT requesting a meeting of them. They had not responded, only minutes to 10, because we asked for Monday at 10 a.m., only minutes to 10 to state that they cannot, and they have not since returned a further message asking when can they meet with us. It's like a neighbor that came into your yard, built in your backyard, and you are begging for consultation. You are asking, please and please, can you meet with us? I am here to also announce that we will be taking legal action because this disrespect cannot continue. And this is a fight for all of local government, because you would look at the NPOPs program, you will see where they are taking the people that we usually hire and the monies we usually utilize in each corporation for the benefit of the Burgess and not a political gimmick. And they are now trying to do their own thing, which cannot stand, because 5-6 weeks no payment. Then you go on to development projects, roads and drains and other projects. They are instructing us to use RDC, an agency of the ministry that the minister and the ministry controls. And they are just trying to weaken the arms of local government. So this is not a political thing, or else we would have gone across the Grand Bazaar, which falls under our remit, and stopped that project. It's not a political thing. We are saying here in our backyard, here, which is vested under the corporation, will not come here and disrespect us like that. So at the end of the day, this is a call again for consultation, but in the absence of all of that, we have been left with no choice. So we will continue to update you as we progress.
All right. So you just heard Chairman. Talk to me, Chairman.
Yeah, well, that's basically it in a nutshell. I mean, as for the legal action, I mean, we have served, and we've given 5 days in the compliance. Clearly, that is not the case. They've gone on full speed ahead, and we will observe all the options that we have. As I said before, we have several advisors, and we will observe. We'll be sending our letters, continuous letters to UDCOT. Also, the letters will be going out to NGC, and it's our hope that we get some answers, and we could consult, and who knows, they may be willing to do this again somewhere in the future, either same space or another space or in another corporation. And I know beyond everything, wherever it is, a lot of persons learned a lot of things from this. So there's nothing about a win and a lose and PNM versus UNC. At least for me and our corporation, I know we've set the record straight on what is expected. We've shown that we will be willing to go the distance with whosoever. And more importantly, I think from this, the people and the right-thinking members of the public have seen straight through the UNC, have seen straight through their lies.
Yes.
I started off, it was crazy when we started off, and I was so blown away by the fact that these individuals could lie and dodge so much. One minute they said, the one was saying this space is invested under the Ministry of Sport, and we consulted the Ministry of Sport, and then they had another minister saying, well, I liaise with the minister, and the minister of Rural Development and Local Government, which means we have the permission. I'm like, come now, it's either we slow or we just don't understand what's going on right now. And people just read through it. And that's what happens. That's what happens when you really think of it. No communication. When last you've seen the Prime Minister addressing a situation, when last year, and I'm not going to, I leave that for my other colleagues to deal with respect to the procurement and who's the ministry in charge of this, and all of these things that are vague. There are other questions with this. I'm not even trying to get into that. I am simply saying that you are disrespectful for doing what you've done in a space which we control, and this will not just go by idly, and we will have to make an example of this, or else it will continue.
All right, let's take one more call. Hello, good evening.
Well, good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, sir.
And good evening to that young man there with you.
He's the chairman of the Tunapuna Corporation.
Yeah, right. He's a young man. And Mr. Chairman, thank you for being here this late. So I hope your family don't vex with us for having you out this late. But somewhere along the line tonight, if I'm not mistaken, I saw the news. And I saw Ms. Khadija Aming after being there yesterday or on Saturday sometime. And hearing that Mr. The man who is in charge of NGC apparently is saying to us that gas line that you allege that are on is not a problem. But then what is more astonishing to me, that this conversation started a few months ago with Wayne Sturge, that they are supposed to bring some, the word is mobile police post. My interpretation of mobile is that in the morning, I could come with a truck, hook it on the truck, and pull it away. Not something that a man selling off the highway in Freeport as offices or container homes, that you cast in a spot on the ground and come and put down this thing and identifying it as a mobile something. It might be mobile because you could lift it up. But to me, the interpretation of mobile is that I could just reverse something, hook it onto something, and pull it away, because mobility means it on wheels.
Well, based on what we're seeing on CNC3 tonight, in Guardian newspaper, the headline, you're seeing it is a mobile unit actually, because you're seeing it on wheels.
That yellow thing you saw a while ago?
Yeah.
Well, to me, I saw one that is of a white container resting on a spot.
Well, yes, but it's just like if you're doing a container with a mobile container, there are some of them that can be put on.
I'm not disputing that, but what I'm saying, I saw the video, the one that you put up, and to me, the one by Grand Bazaar is not of that nature.
Well, you went close up to it?
No, I saw somebody's put up something on a picture or something.
Well, as I said before, based on what the images that CNC3 is putting up, clearly it is on wheels.
Well, I will have to go now and have a more look at it, because I would like to see that this thing, because I can't understand it on wheels, but you cast in the ground.
Well, you cast in the ground. Well, it's not a deep cast, you know.
I saw that. I saw that. And what I saw in the video is a white structure which could be jamming.
I think they're going to paint it in yellow. That's why CNC3 has the image.
I want to see if what CNC3, what I saw by you here, and what I think I saw some while ago on the telly, is it going to be the same thing? So I'm asking myself now, anybody could come and build anything on top of a gas line, and the minister, the man in what's the lawyer name?
NGC, the chairman of NGC.
NGC. I mustn't forget his name, because he have a matter before
Gerald
the court.
Ramdeen. Gerald
Ramdeen is telling us that is not an issue. It should not create any problems. So I wait to see if everybody around Trinidad and Tobago will have the same privilege.
As the chairman said a while ago, that they did went on lock off. I think he said that what they did, Joe?
They excavated the pipe.
Yeah, what's that?
What did they do to the pipe?
Oh, they blew it out. That's the term they use. They blew it out.
Okay,
so that means they lock off the gas, take out the pipe, and that is the end of the story.
Yeah. So they did that very quickly between Saturday, Sunday, and opened it up today.
So that is where we were supposed to have a discussion with the corporation and the Burgesses.
Well, that's what the chairman has been preaching from since the day that he found out that it started.
So it had to wait till we decide to make noise for we to get to figure out this is what. Suppose there was an explosion there. How the corporation would have responded? Who would have been held responsible? Pastor Google.
Well,
that is the problem. That is the problem. The corporation would have been held liable.
Pastor Google, enjoy your night. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Sir, and all the best.
So, Joe, you saying that if that had happened, you all would have been held responsible, even though the government didn't do any consultation with you guys?
We would have been, as that space be invested under the corporation, we would have been held liable. Yes. So that's another point we have to bring out, that we haven't. That is ridiculous. We would have been held liable. Any situation, loss of life, injury, any sort of thing of that nature, yes, we would be held liable.
Wow, even though they didn't come and consult with you guys.
Even though. I mean, whosoever would have battled with us, and we might have tried to battle with them after, and whatever happens. But ideally, if anything, liability falls squarely in our lap. Unfortunately.
Wow.
So that is why I'm asking of all questions that we're asking of them, and all questions that we're asking of you, the cut. That, because if you claim that, you blow the gas line, and we know there's a gas line there, probably inactive for a little while, but there is still gas in the line. If that is the case, and that is what they proved when they went in, right? Mr. Ramdeen came on Friday night, he got the report, and they did what they had to do over the weekend very quickly to ensure that it is really inactive. Right? Now, they claim, well, give us a report. Give us a report, and let us highlight, let us know that, right, this is safe and so on. It is still our space. I think we at least deserve that courtesy of respect. I mean, you already disrespect us once, you disrespect us twice. We ask a question, no respect. We served a notice, no respect. All right, you're moving in. You are the big bad wolf. Okay, God will have his time on this matter. But at the end of the day, you are the big bad wolf. No problem. Tell us now, what is going on? What is the plan moving forward? Is it that you're just going to move in and you'll have a man moving around, and then we have our officers here, we have our cameras here, facing here, looking at this side, looking at that side, our cameras, the TTPS tapped in, is tapped into our cameras too, you know. You understand? We are part of the station council and you know, the Eagle Eye, and we have a good relation with the TTPS, and you know, so, and it's a lot of consultations we have on a regular basis. You know, we have a full set of camera systems there. We have some more we're going to put down. There are some other things that we're going to add. So, I mean, you know, we have to develop this relationship. Somehow we have to speak. And
so this fella who did this video Saturday with the minister saying that men just come there and rob people, women just get raped, and he just had to be bandit.
I played a football match there yesterday. And if you know what that individual disclosed to me, he's just doing what he has to do and what he was asked to do, in a nutshell. Anybody who knows, I mean, he's known as he's a good guy. He's been there for years. He has his ways. I mean, he grew up in the orphanage, and when he came out of the orphanage, he lived in the pavilion for years until we had to demolish the pavilion. But Jerry lived there for years, and he's singing. If you watch one of the videos, I listen to it closely. One part is him saying, "I'm thankful to the minister who told me I'm going to get my stands, and he's going to give us back the stands, because remember we through Dr. Rowley and our last government, we were, you know, everything was organized that we would get the pavilion and state of the art facilities and so forth, and that was, you know, brought to nothing through this administration." And right there and then, he promised them, "Don't worry, I will get the stands for you, don't worry." So he made that clear. Listen to the video again. Listen to the video, he made that clear. But the fact of the matter is that he has to show up for other things. He's showing up for every media interview. He's just around hovering, waiting for the media to come. He's showing up. He's a boy, and he disclosed what happened. I wouldn't disclose what happened here, but he disclosed. I am telling you, people know the individual and know he's just doing what he has to do. And I made a little post recently, and I said, guys, forgive him. Forgive him. He's just doing what he has to do. Right? Forgive him. But at the end of the day, and that's just indicative of what they do. They tie up, telecom, do what you have to do, bring you on board. You know, I saw a lot of people who don't even know what they're doing there, clapping and doing all sorts of things on Friday. They brought the whole fanfare to, you know, whoever get job here, who get job there, who they're paying to just do what they do. All sorts of different things you see on that day. And I mean, it's just all these things will be exposed in due time. All these things that don't work to the benefit. You have to be genuine in what you do. If you're not genuine in what you do, and you're not genuine in your approach, you know, and as wise people have told me, just leave it as is. You know, so we are doing what we are doing because we feel it is right and is the right thing to do, and we know it is the right thing to do. But at the same time, everything will be divulged in due time and in due process. So I leave it to God, and you'll see it work.
All right. I know I had you on long and late, but I must thank you very much for being a part of the program this evening. And I am sure that you would have cleared up a lot of misinformation that was out in the public domain. Also, I know that one of my listeners would be very glad. Yeah, would be very glad to hear that you all are thinking about legal action. So we can look forward to that, hearing more about that very soon. All right?
Yeah.
And please don't leave out constructive talk within your plans for independence. Please.
I shall not. I shall not. If I didn't know, today I know. Tonight I know for sure. For sure. I do humbly apologize in front of the nation and the world.
Hey, Yella. Yo, my goodness. You're good, boy. You're good. So when you get up in the morning, please give Dad a hug for me and give Mama a kiss some more, please.
Will do.
All right.
Will do. They're listening on right now.
Serious. Hey, good night, mom and dad. Good night. Those are my spiritual parents, man. Yeah. I still owe him another visit to come and preach.
Yeah.
But he had to tell me when. He had to tell me when he want me to come and preach. I ain't coming and preach unless he tell me, hey, such and such date, put that in your diary. You're coming to bless up Tunapuna.
All the time, you gotta sing too, eh? You ever sing for the people?
Hey, have a good evening, Josiah. Have a good evening, Josiah.
Blessed night, everyone.
All right, man. So we will talk.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Man.
All right.
Yeah, bye. All right, Trinidad and Tobago. So you just heard the chairman of the Tunapuna Regional Corporation, Mr. Josiah Austin, and he would have cleared up a lot of misinformation, misconception that is out in the public domain. But I don't think there's much misinformation and misperception. As I said, I listened to I-95.5 and those people were on fire. Those people were not accepting what Fuad Khan had to say. People were totally against what Fuad Khan, the narrative that Dr. Fuad Khan was pushing. Totally against it. But hear this now. I'm hearing the voice of the general manager of SAPA saying something. I want to play it for you guys, for you to hear what is happening. What is happening in SAPA? Yeah? Anybody could tell me? What's happening in SAPA? Take a listen to this.
Right? People, as I say, we have a show about to start. Senior techs have to be running all over the compound looking for it. That's not no. These people are more important things to do. Right? And this one are not able to tolerate no foolishness. It's either yes or they want to be here or no or don't want to be here. Right? Everybody has to equip themselves. As I told the other people lost their jobs here. Serious people lost their jobs here. To accommodate some of you all through that interview panel. And don't let those things go in vain. Don't let those things go in vain. Because when the senior tech report.
Will you hear what that man just say? He said, serious people lost their jobs to make accommodation for Olia. Don't let it go in vain. Serious people lost their jobs to accommodate Olia. Who is the Olia? Who is the people that lost their jobs in SAPA to accommodate? To accommodate Olia. Very interesting, eh? Very, very interesting. I'm sure that more is going to come out where that SAPA recording is concerned. I'm sure that more is going to come out where that SAPA video is concerned. So again, I want to thank Chairman Josiah Austin for being with me this evening on Constructive Talk. I am sure that those of you who were on the platform enjoyed thoroughly the discussion that we would have had, and people who live in Curep, I'm sure also that you all are thoroughly and happy to know that things are in chain to keep Curep clean. So thank you all very much for being with me this evening. I know there are a lot of other things that we could have touched on, but this evening I said I just wanted to have the chairman on for you all to chat with him and for him to share what is going on in the Tunapuna Corporation. Have a blessed night, everyone. Talk to you guys tomorrow, please God.
The information provided by the speakers and or presenter on Facebook and YouTube is for general informational purposes only. All information is provided in good faith However, Constructive Talk makes no representation or warranty of any kind, express or implied, regarding the accuracy, adequacy, validity, reliability, availability, or completeness of this information.
The Constructive Talk team with Pastor Google are asking for your support in their back-to-school drive. Let's help the less fortunate children get ready for the new school term. Donations of notebooks, copybooks, stationeries, and book bags would be greatly appreciated. Show your love, show your generosity by contacting 464-703, and we will organize collection of your donations. Thank you from the Constructive Talk team. And remember to be kind, be generous, and be loved.
Coming soon to Constructive Talk Network, Critical Thinkers. It's a youth show with a youth perspective on current affairs and issues in Trinidad and Tobago. Critical Thinkers, youth perspective on Constructive Talk.
Not by might, not by power, but the Spirit, says the Lord. They may come against me, but my strength has become my song. And by your power you parted the sea. Lift the scales from my eyes, I can see. Oh Yahweh, you're so holy. You have helped me in my story. Oh Yahweh, hope of nations, you've become my salvation. Yeah. Oh, not by might, not by might, not by power, but the Spirit, says the Lord. They may come against me, but my strength has become my song. And by your power you parted the sea. Lift the scales from my eyes, I can see. Oh Yahweh, you're so holy. You have helped me in my story. Oh Yahweh, Yahweh, hope of nations, you've become my salvation. Oh Yahweh, you're so holy. You've helped me in my story. Oh Yahweh, hope of nations, you've become my salvation. Come on, all over here, just lift your hands and exalt him as mighty King this morning. Say, mighty King, You are holy, God Almighty. In Yahweh we make our boast. You give us victory over our mighty King, mighty King, faithful one. You are holy, God Almighty. Yahweh, we make our boast. For you give us victory over our mighty King, mighty King, faithful one. You are holy, God Almighty. In Yahweh, we will make our boast. You give us victory over our enemies. By your power, you parted the sea. Lift the scales from my eyes, I can see. Oh Yahweh, you're so holy, Lord. You have helped me in my story. Oh Yahweh, you are hope of nations. You've become my salvation. Someone worship the King of Kings. Yeah.